sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
We made it. We made it. It's not Sunday. I know it's not Sunday. I'm very aware it's not Sunday. It's Thursday. And this is 10 Drink Minimum. I'm your host, Chris Burnett. This show is sponsored by Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Smiley's not here. He can't make it on a Thursday. He's at the liquor store on Gibson, Bird of Paradise. So if you are out and about, go by and make a comment that his bulletproof vest is attractive, I guess. I don't know. But it's fine. In the studio, we have our guests that we're supposed to have with us on Sunday from the band Dymer. We have Johnny Mouchier, and we have Mark. Mark, what's your last name?
Vasquez.
Yeah. What's up, man? What are you guys up to?
Chilling.
Yep, just living life.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a little hot.
Look at his camera, and the camera's already going nuts. Look at this.
Hell yeah.
Who's this guy?
There it is. There it is. Here,
Nice.
let's turn that off. Let's turn the motion off. Fuck it. We don't need motion tracking, right? Yeah, I had a complete utter operating system meltdown on Sunday, and we couldn't do the show. I mean, it was just you guys were here. We were here like 45 minutes working on it.
Yeah.
And I had to completely reinstall the operating system. And I know you guys love this talk. It's super nerdy, but that's what happens. It happens sometimes, right? We all do shit. And
yeah. It was very Bill O'Reilly. You're doing it live.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I know exactly what you're talking about. Man, so how you guys doing, man? It's been a while. Johnny was on the show before, but it's been a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny has on his head the only 10 drink minimum hat that exists.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why do you not have one?
I don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the story goes, what's Sandia Music and Sound wanted to remake the scene from Wayne's World with Johnny. And they said, I don't know why. I have no clue why Johnny.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey,
this.
instead of a Wayne's World hat, can you give us a 10 drink minimum hat? And I was like, well, I don't own any. So I had to go. I said, but I'll get you one because I know the power of advertisement. And I ran over to the mall, and I was going to go to Lids or whatever. I think I did go to Lids. I want to say, and I went in there and I asked the guy. I said, can I just get a black hat and have you stitch on something? And the guy goes, yeah. What do you want? And I was like, can you put 10 drink minimum on it? And he goes, why would you want that? And I go, because that's my podcast. And he goes, oh my, and he looks at me and he goes, oh my God, it is you. So he knew who I was. And he's like, yeah.
That's cool.
So he did it. And that's the only one. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
At least you didn't hit him with the, do you know who I am?
No, I've never, the only time I've ever done that is out of joking.
Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah. When I went, and then the one time I went up to Johnny at the bar and I said, you wearing those glasses in front of me? You know who I am? Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Yeah, big enough for two of us.
It's pretty funny though, because I posted that you were going to be on the show. And a guy from Chicago screenshots your face.
Yeah.
And he goes, do you know about this?
Do you know about this?
And I was like, and he goes, do I need to do something about this? And I was like, no, it's fine. It's a running joke.
Because I think the first time I was wearing these, and I ran into you, I was like, I don't know if he's legitimately mad that I have white frame glasses.
Actually, I remember when the Night of Living cover band's announcement streamed last year, and you had mentioned the white glasses thing.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, this runs deep.
Yeah. These are also, fun fact, these are like children's size glasses because
oh really?
I don't know, maybe not technically child size, but they're really small because I have a tiny head.
So the fun fact of mine is these are the Gen 4s. Like I've had, like everyone thinks like it's like the same pair I've had for like years. I'm like, no, they get filthy and gross, and I order new ones. And one of the most fun things was I do Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
And there was a whole thing where I was a commissioner, and I would come out and I'd be like set matches, and I'd be like, I'm tired of you coming out here and like disrupting things, and we're gonna settle this. And I'd set up matches, and anyway, I was one of the owners, and so I ended up I was having to step down and I was having to leave because my dad got ill, and so I was having to go, deal with that situation. Well, it's pro wrestling, so you can't just disappear. You have to be written out of the story. So they're like, well, we're going to do a thing where the evil guy challenges you to get a wrestler, and he's going to get a wrestler, and whoever's wrestler wins, the other person has to leave for good. So I'm like, okay, that's a dream for me to always have had something like that happen in my life, right? So I show up the day of, and I'm like, we have to set up the match, Duke City Warrior, hello, and we have to set up the match, and I'm like, they're like, you guys are going to get in the ring and you're going to set up the match for later in the night, and you're going to have a back and forth. They don't write it out for us; they just kind of tell us, right? But I'm like, well, here's my idea. He gets in my face and he starts screaming at me and saying whatever he wants to say. When it's my turn, I'll take the mic from him, and when I'm about to say something, he needs to take off my glasses, break them into pieces, and throw them in the crowd.
Oh wow!
and the booker guy goes, "Really? You would do that?" And I was like, "Oh, I have an old pair that are scratched. I don't wear anymore." And he's like, "That's like they usually do not like like suggestions."
Sure.
And he goes, "That's pretty amazing. Yeah, let's do that." and the evil guy's like, "Whoa!" And here's how it went out. It went down. So like we're in the ring, and I have video of it. And we're in the ring, and the guy's like telling me, like, he's like, I'm tired of you coming out here and telling us what we can or can't do. I run the show and la la la. So then I'm like, grab the microphone from him, like yank it out of his hands, and I'm about to talk, and the crowd's like, they're like pissed and they're like booing him. They're like, boo, boo. And he reaches up and he grabs my glasses and he goes, and the crowd goes, and they stop booing, and it just like goes silent. And he just throws them in the crowd, and they're like in their mind, they're like, we know you did something really bad, but like that was fucked up. That's how,
That's great.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden I like step back and I like do this thing and I shake my head and I reach into my coat pocket and I pull out another pair like it's Kleenex and I put them on, and then people are like go crazy, like, and people still come up, and like that the bad guy comes up to me every time. He's like, dude, I've been doing this 22 years. That's the best shit I've ever done. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it just made me like, because like people like they were like boo boo. You can't do that. That's fucked up. Like you can push a crippled person off the stage. We get it, but you can't break a man's glasses.
Right.
So you guys have been busy, right? You guys have been in the studio recording.
Yeah. Well,
the studio.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So Mark, you did you do the whole album or some of the album?
Well, majority. So we did drums with Matt Tobias.
Okay.
At Empty House in March last year.
Okay.
And that was an awesome experience. That was my first time meeting and working with Matt. And he is incredibly professional and very detail oriented.
And so he's not only the band, he just came in as a session.
Not even. He engineered the drums. Our drummer, Tom, recorded all the drums.
Yeah, in one day. That was nice.
Yeah, well, a day and a half, but I mean...
Oh, yeah, it was a day and a half.
I mean, the rest of us took like fucking a year. So, so Matt was awesome, and he was very attentive to kind of what we wanted. Yeah. And he would ask us like, okay, what's the vibe for this song? And then he would change drums, mics, whatever, and he was able to communicate to John or to Tom how to kind of get the best performance. And so, knocked it all out in a few days or a couple days, and then everything else we started at my house, and that was a process.
So where did you do the drums at?
Empty House.
Is that I've never been there.
So, and I know Matthew has moved the studio
Physically,
basically.
yeah,
I think
physically.
just to his actual house now.
Yeah,
I'm not totally sure,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think at the time it was kind of over by like Marble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
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 And it's just literally it's this old house,
Mm-hmm.
and he had it set up like a studio, and it was awesome.
Well, I mean, like, what was it? Blood Sugar Sex Magic. They recorded in like an old haunted house in
Yeah.
like L.A.
Yeah.
somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's tons of examples of people
Yeah.
recording really cool stuff on, very weird particular.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think we went the classic like literal bedroom musician route
Yeah.
for
Okay.
the rest of the album because
Because you don't have to do anything else. There's no need.
yeah, I mean they have their logistical limits.
Mm-hmm.
So like I recorded at my house, and like ground zero was my bedroom,
Okay.
and I had a spare bedroom that we put like guitar amps in, anything that had to be loud. So that was pretty straightforward,
Right.
But it just took time because there was 3 guitar players and a bass player,
Okay.
and then on top of that, Johnny was singing, and then we had a few other guest musicians come in, so coordinating time for that. It was a long but very interesting process,
Okay.
for sure.
Well, I reference this a lot. Albuquerque band, the Shins,
Yeah.
recorded "Oh Inverted World" literally across the bridge
Yeah,
in that second story apartment up there. In like you talk about DIY, they didn't have the shit we have now.
no,
James Mercer had a 4-track
yeah,
in his bathroom, and he would run the cables out to like his bed in the bedroom or whatever. And like Marty would come over on the keyboards, or they'd bring the drums over and record.
Yeah.
Recorded the whole album in that apartment, and that's the album that you go to the store and you buy
Yeah.
now. It's not
Right.
not redone. They didn't go back in the studio.
I even love the music video for New Slang. Right, it's a very Albuquerque heavy video.
yeah,
I love that a lot.
I always fuck with Marty. I'm always like, dude, I'm like, whose dog did you guys throw into water? Who is that? And it's Albuquerque centric, but it's also not. It's like making fun of a bunch of different album covers.
Yeah,
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is super like 2000 and whatever. Yeah.
yeah, it's got that vibe for
Yeah.
sure, and that's what I appreciate about that record.
So anytime people are like, "Oh, you recorded it in your house," I'm like, "Yeah, but some fucking great shit has been recorded,"
Yeah, I mean, and it gave it its own flavor, and I don't know, we had a lot more creative control because we were going at our speed,
Sure.
doing it the way we wanted to. I learned a lot, so it wasn't probably the most efficient, but it got us to a point where we have a fucking cool album, and every single song means something to us in a very cool way.
When you guys, who wrote the lyrics?
Johnny.
Johnny.
And a couple songs also, our old guitarist Luke Sowers helped with lyrics on, and also one song Tom sort of started writing, our drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like 90% of this stuff, I guess, was me.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, is there any kind of like idea behind the album? Was there a concept or anything like that?
Yeah, totally. So the title of the album is "The End Is Always Nigh, The End Is Never Now," and it's generally sort of imagery-wise like apocalypse themed, but sort of the inspiration behind it a little bit. It's kind of like twofold of mainly thinking a lot about my childhood, which I was raised in, which there was just, I grew up like Southern Baptist, pretty much,
You
slash
have that
evangelical.
look. You have that look of you, and I don't know what
You
that
look-
means.
You look like
You always got the
Southern
church kid
Baptist.
vibe.
Yeah, he kind of does, right?
You look like you're just jonesing for a potluck right now, my man.
You're all, dude. It's so like, I okay. Before we get into what you're talking about, like, the potluck part is the best shit.
Yeah.
And there's like things that you don't even want to admit you like. You're like, what's that salad that has like, it's like Jello that's shredded up and it has grapes in it randomly. And like sometimes I'll be like, man, I wish I had some of that. Like you can't even buy that anywhere. Like
Right.
And it's only like at a church potluck you would get some shit like that,
For
right?
sure.
Or Jello with like shredded
No,
carrots.
my
in it. Yeah.
my aunt has. It's like
Yeah.
I honestly I don't love it, but the rest of my family does it. It's like lime Jello
Yes.
with cottage cheese in it. And I'm like,
Yes.
who thought of this?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So generally, there was a very strong emphasis on like
Yeah.
the end times and
I mean, you know,
all of
there's
that when I was.
a lot of feelings of that these days, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing of like
Yeah.
now it means something else to me too.
Right.
And
Of
it was-
just like
It was mainly like it was layered, right? Because you had a lot of personal
right.
you know,
Yeah.
changes in your life that went into the album and was also kind of mirrored in that theme.
Yeah,
you know?
totally. Because it's interesting. Because I started writing a little bit with just themes of thinking about, you know, a lot of just, you know, doomsday kind of thinking
Yeah.
in my own life. But then I got divorced also.
You also look like a divorce. I'm just
I not gonna disagree, I guess.
no, I'm fine with it.
But yeah, no, I don't know. And then basically just I don't know. A lot of the songs ended up being a combination of sort of
Yeah.
reconciling. Well, what do you do from just kind of going from here? And
Well, do you feel like you got some of the stuff out of you?
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Or there's still some in there?
no, I think so. It was very cathartic, and it's
Yeah.
interesting now because it's like I feel like I'm in a very very different headspace now. So it's like
Yeah.
getting to the point of you know now releasing the album and doing most of these songs for the release show and stuff. It's interesting because it's like yeah, I think about the headspace I was in when I wrote everything and versus now, and I still resonate with everything, but it's just yeah, whatever's coming next is probably going to be significantly less sad lyrically.
You hope
for the
so,
next thing.
right?
I
Yeah.
sure hope.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's all up here. It's all uphill from here, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
And I kind of got a feel for the direction of the album when we were doing the pre-production. So,
Okay. Does he kind of go, hey, this is the headspace I was in. We need to go downtown.
Well, it's kind of, I had some contextual clues knowing Johnny.
Yeah.
And then what we did was, so we started the album in March of 2024,
Yeah.
but we started working on the record almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so in December of 23, we started recording the scratch tracks that our drummer Tom would listen to when recording. It was just acoustic and vocals, very simple. But that's when Johnny was really feeling out a lot of these songs. And lyrically, you're getting some of the themes and understanding kind of what he's singing about. And
Yeah.
it got me excited because, you know, Johnny's a very eloquent lyricist.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
no Brian Johnson singing about, you know, random shit
I
that's
sure
like,
would like to be.
you know, those are fun, but like Johnny's very deep and intentional,
Yeah.
and you kind of have to be smart to understand his lyrics.
Brian Johnson is also deep and intentional, just a different way.
Slight plug for Night of Living cover bands, but
Oh.
anyway, so that kind of got me primed, and so as we were working on the album and hearing everything come together, I felt good for Johnny because he was processing a lot of this
Yeah.
in a very interesting and creative way, and so the product is it's a lot, but I think a lot of people could resonate with what is on the record, you know.
Well, and one thing I feel about music is like people are like, "Oh, I don't want to listen to that. It's sad." It's like, well, fucking a lot, you know, everything can be happy, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're sad, you want to listen to other sad things to like push it farther and try to like
Explore it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And sometimes you have to go that direction, you know.
that's life, dude.
That's
like,
freaking life,
you
right?
know, life isn't the fucking prescription drug commercials where everyone's just like vibrant and colorful. And you know,
Yep.
like maybe it kind of is where you're pretending, but then like you hear all the fucking terrible things like
Right.
in the background. So, yeah, I think it's just being realistic about the human experience, right? You're gonna have your
Right.
ups and downs. and-
Yes. Well, and then you also want to like listen to music that like when it happens, you're like, yes,
yeah,
that
yeah,
Right.
that right there. That's the thing that's the thing that's hurting me right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And it may not be the exact same thing, but feels like it.
yeah,
You know.
totally.
And that's the part. You know, like that's what that's what we all do, right? We all listen to music. I was listening to music before you guys got here. I was trying to get this stuff ready, and I was like getting in the zone, you know.
Yeah,
And that's, you know, yeah. So I mean, sometimes when you're mixing like a record, like you're putting together a record that, you know, somebody's wrote themselves into it, do you kind of put yourself into it as well a
Yeah.
little bit? How so?
I do it in a way where so my role in this record was making sure it sounded good, and I was doing
Sure.
Johnny justice with getting his image across.
Yeah. It's just be a stage name, Johnny Justice.
Yeah.
I'm Johnny Justice, and I'm sad.
And yeah, so my role was just making sure it all came together and worked.
Yeah.
And so, like, the fun thing about recording is you can make certain emotions cut through a little bit clearer with certain, recording techniques or effects or
Sure.
whatever. So exploring that was really fun because Johnny would kind of verbally describe what he was imagining. And then my job was to like translate that and be like, oh, I think this is what you're doing.
Actual thing.
Can you make it sound spongier? And so I was like, well, I'll throw this filter on there, and I don't know, but
Yeah, and it was a really good combo of having both of us, I think, because so the prior to, well, I guess now, essentially what is like the sophomore Dymer album, the A Shelter in Storm.
Yeah.
Like I recorded all of that myself, but I have not put in that much work, honestly, technically, on like figuring out why, like, just essentially how to actually mix like a real person.
Yeah.
I was just kind of tweaking things until I thought it sounded okay.
Can you do this part where it sounds like you're getting stabbed in the soul?
well, like Johnny did it out of necessity,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. And
But Mark has put in a lot more actual work on like, I kind of know, like, if you reference a specific other recording or album or sound, he has a lot more knowledge about that stuff and has done more research and like, I know what kind of
or like how to
effects and
approach
plugins
it. Yeah.
and
Well, and it always cracks
things
me
to
up,
do
like
for that.
when musicians, I have a lot of friends musicians. They'll be like, they say like, I need it spongier, or they're like, can you make that like can you put some fuzz, a little bit of fuzz right there?
Yeah.
And like these things, like this language, and then the other person's like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, and you're like, you do? Like, what the fuck does
It's
that
a
mean?
weird thing,
you
man.
need to get on that scrongle, my man.
Yeah.
Genuinely, that's what like half of YouTube guitar like demos are like.
Yeah.
Like you look at this like generic ass overdrive pedal review, and they're like, it's a very like squishy and transparent.
Yes,
and, like,
yes.
Right.
Fucking
yeah.
Do you know
if you
true
want to just
bypass?
bullshit your way through anything,
Yeah.
you just say it sounds warm and transparent, and if people be like,
dude, sold.
Bach.
Do you know Dave Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So he, like, so he makes the pedals, right?
We actually
Did you use one?
we had joint custody, so I owned it first. I bought a slow Loris when the hype was like at its peak, and I thought it was a really great pedal, but I couldn't really find a use for it for my style.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it just kind of chilled in a drawer. And then when we were recording the album, Johnny's like, "Well, I want something kind of weird." I was like, "Well, I think I have the pedal for that." And
Nice. And that's why you have shit like that.
well, Johnny used it and then liked it, and then now he owns it.
Yeah.
So-
And there's one track with that pedal on it on
Yeah.
our album.
so it's funny because I've known Dave for a long time, and to see like Dave. First of all, Dave is not the kind of like guy you would think would be on like Instagram going, "Hey guys, the Slow Lords is coming out." This thing, and I'm like, this is blows my. And I know that he has to probably put in a lot of like effort and work to make himself like, because Dave is not like that,
Right.
Yeah.
And but like he'll be like, I was reviewed on this thing, so I'll go watch the YouTube review because this is my friend, right? And the dude's like, yeah, it's like really sludgy in this part, right? If you tune it down, it gets real sludge, and you're like, what words are you using, man?
You got to use every adjective possible.
Yeah, but there's like certain like spongy, sludgy,
Warm.
transparent, sharp. What's the other like tinny? It's very tinny,
Lush.
Yeah, lush.
Scooped. If you just say scooped out of context, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Say it in guitar context, they know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, he came in. He was really scooped on that, like right there. Hear it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I love that shit because because other musicians are like, oh yeah, dude, and they like they know what it means.
Yeah. But yeah, for the record,
Yeah.
just making sure it all sounded good, making sure it felt good. I think I'm the only person on this planet that has listened to the album the most.
So
Yeah.
because like I feel like that's something that a lot of like people who don't make art understand. Like when you meet an artist and you're seeing their art or listening to their art for the first time, and I'm talking to the people out there, they've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
If it's like music or a movie or a TV show, they've seen it a lot. The editor has seen it way more than the person who probably filmed it.
Yep.
And like they hate it. Like they hate
The
it.
way I describe it is like when you make a big dinner
Yeah.
and you're the one making it, and then
Yep.
it's time to eat. Everyone's like, "Wow, this is so fucking good." I'm like, "It's fine." They're just desensitized to it already,
And
you
you're
already
also
know.
eating leftovers of it for a week afterwards.
Yeah, and like you know what went into it. You know all the
Yeah.
corners you cut. Like you know
Yes,
all these
right.
little dirty
Oh,
things.
right. Like the painting on the wall. You're like, this is beautiful. This is
Yeah.
amazing. And all they're seeing is that little spot over here that
Yep.
they fucked up on, and that one corner that's not as acute as the other one. It's a little more rounded, and they're like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hope people are gonna call me out about how shitty I am. You know, like, that's
Yep.
so
Yeah.
weird how we are, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I think it's a symptom of trying to do your best, and I think it just takes time to realize that you're never gonna
No.
meet your expectations.
Well, the hardest thing for any of us to get past is doubt
Yeah.
and imposter syndrome. I did this interview last night, or it was like a survey for the city. The city hired like Arts Hub to do a survey and like talk to artists around town and see like what's your journey, what are your biggest like roadblocks, and so when it came to like roadblocks, it was like they were like, "What's your number one roadblock that you've ever had?" And I was like, "Me."
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
And they were like, "Can you explain that?" I was like, "Well, yeah." I said the biggest thing I've ever had to overcome is doubt and imposter syndrome.
yeah.
And and I said, the moment that I figured out that like people are asking me to do these things because I'm actually good at what I do. So I should say yes instead of going, no, no, no. That was the hardest thing to overcome.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the biggest,
It's harder with recording, especially when you're in control.
Sure.
Because even when Johnny would go or James would go, I would still be at home with everything.
Sure.
Right.
I'd be just dicking around with stuff, and then I'd go nuts.
And then they wouldn't come back till later, and then you're afraid. You're like, I think this is badass. And they walk in and they go, eh.
That happened occasionally,
Yeah.
but it was justified,
Yeah.
and it was a good move that they like shut that shit down quick because
Sure.
like it was just keeping each other in check and making sure we're all being fair. But it was never like I was like, oh, this is it, and Johnny's like, you're an idiot. There was never that.
No,
You know?
but you have that fear.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I still do.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that people are going to fire up the CD and be like, ugh, and then just like turn it off. But
Yeah.
at this
Oh,
point,
well, not a lot of people are going to fire up the CD.
oh yeah, we have CDs.
Oh, thank God. Oh, yeah, I should have brought one. Oh, well.
I don't know how it fired up. I don't. Yeah, I'm sure I could. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't got around to making vinyls of anything yet.
Oh.
Also, even if we made a vinyl, it would probably be of like, I don't know.
It might be like a single or something.
But you haven't made tapes, have you?
no,
we
I
have
still just cannot. And I mean, I've seen people do it for years. And every time I go to something, and people go, "We made tapes," and I go, why? I'll let it melt in the car, I guess. Yeah.
I think
No.
it's just that trendy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Gen Z, bro.
Yep.
And the interesting thing, though, I will say, so my mom had like a ton of like my dad's old cassettes in the attic.
Sure.
We also had a bunch of vinyls in there.
Yep.
The cassettes were fine.
I know.
They ended up being okay, but the vinyls melted,
Yeah, of course.
and it was a massive bummer.
They're made out of oil, man.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But like, it's like the least like good thing for the environment.
Oh,
media
yeah.
you can make. We're gonna make this big oil like thing. You know?
I mean, really,
Yeah.
every single one of those mediums is
yeah.
that not necessarily.
Well, and
you
then
know,
people are
the
like, "Well,
best.
vinyl degrades," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
tapes stretch." You know?
Yeah.
Do you know what
They literally all.
Do you know what the like of I've I've listened to things on 8-track, CD, tape, whatever. Nothing compares to reel, man. Reel to reel, and from a studio. Like when you go in the studio and someone's like, "This is the master," or so. I was in San Diego in February, and my coworkers like we're gonna go to my brother's house. He lives here. I was like, cool. I go into this guy's house, and he like owned a record store. He had a $300,000 sound system.
Oh wow.
He had the exact same sound system that Keanu Reeves has. Because he helped Keanu Reeves build his, and he built like one. It had 2 amps. One, and I googled one of the amps, and then one amp was $10,000.
Yeah.
I was like, motherfuck. So then on the wall, this guy had a shelf, and on it was different albums, like famous albums, and it was a reel-to-reel copy of the master tape.
That's cool.
And I was like, he's like, do you want to hear Black Sabbath?
Ooh.
And they put it on, and I was like, and the dude had sound dampening curtains that went around the room, and he had like built these like sound boxes in the corners so that it would fucking block it. And that was the most amazing fucking shit I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. And he goes, what are you hearing next? And I was like, that Rage Against the Machine one right there. I was like, that one right there. And he put that shit on, and I was like, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, because that is as close as you can get to of being in the studio when they recorded that shit.
And it's so funny because like when you actually are in the studio,
Yeah.
it's a garbled mess.
It's a terrible mess.
It's crazy because like they're like,
Right.
wow, it's like they're playing in front of me. Like if they were, you'd be like blown away. Like drums alone are
So loud.
overwhelmingly loud.
Yes.
You're right.
And like I understand though, like you get that perception, and so
Yeah.
I've always wanted to like experience that, go to like a high end
Yeah.
listening environment, and just like check it out.
Did you ever watch the Sound City?
Yeah,
Dude, how amazing is that documentary?
that is so cool. It's so inspiring too because like you hear about all these like records that were in the same space recorded.
Well, just like the who's who of like greatest albums ever
Yeah.
recorded ever. Like, have you seen it? Okay,
I haven't,
Do
actually.
you know anything about it?
Not really.
So basically, there was this studio that was built in like Sound City, California, some fucking
Kind of by LA.
kind of by LA.
Okay.
It's like an industrial area.
Yeah.
And back then, they didn't have like you bought a soundboard and they brought it in and set it up. A dude came and built the soundboard, and so the guy's name was Neve.
Yeah,
So-
Rupert Neve.
Yeah. So it was called the Neve board, and it was all analog. This was like the 70s, and so the first people that recorded on it was Lindsey Buckingham and what's her name,
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
For that first album that like fucking
I think Rumors was recorded on.
well, but so then Mick Fleetwood was trying to figure out where the next Fleetwood Mac album was going to be recorded.
There it is.
And so he was going around, and so they always want to hear if something's been recorded there. The only thing they'd ever had recorded was that album. So they play it for him, and he's like, oh, okay, this sounds pretty awesome. And then he goes down the road, and then like the lead singer of the band, has his meltdown, and then the guitar player has his meltdown, joins the cult or whatever the fuck happened. greatest behind the music I've ever seen, by the way, Fleetwood Mac. Anyway, he calls that studio and he's like, wait a minute. And he's like, hey, you guys played an album for me, and there was a guitar player on there. Who was that guitar player? And they were like, it was Lindsey Buckingham. And he's like, I would like to hire him to be my new guitar player. And they're like, oh, bad news. He's not going to go without his girlfriend.
Yeah. Yep.
And then they came back and fucking recorded Rumors there.
Nice.
And then from that point on in the story, they started showing all the albums that were recorded in that studio. And you talk about albums from the 70s, it's like fucking every awesome, like ridiculous.
Well, even in every era.
Well, no, but then, so then in the 80s, the digital comes in and like nothing.
Yeah.
They're like, and then like 1990, this little band gets in a van and drives down from Seattle. And it was like, we would like to record our album at this place because this is where all these cool 70s albums were recorded, and we want to hear a sound. It's fucking Nirvana. And then they show all the albums recorded in the 90s there, and it is like
Nice.
fucking ridiculous. And you're like,
That's awesome.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Dave Grohl now has that board in his house.
Studio,
Oh, wow,
it's in
okay.
Studio 606.
Yeah, and then like like half of the documentary is them talking about the studio, and then the other half of the documentary is all the people who like a lot of them recorded come back and they play, and then the final band, and I was like, it's Nirvana, it's Pat Smear, Dave Grohl, Chris Novoselic, and they don't have a lead singer. Well, who are we gonna get? Oh, Paul McCartney. like I'm sorry.
Clear
That's
choice.
the natural thing to do.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, you got to play with Kurt Cobain, and now replacing him is Paul McCartney, who's actually coming to Albuquerque, by the way.
I know.
Nice.
I signed up for the pre-sale today.
Did you?
Oh, damn.
I need to do it. I
stoked.
still need to do it. And people are like, well, the tickets are going to cost. I'm like, yeah, they're going to be expensive
I'm expecting to pay 3 digits for fucking lawn.
for the lawn. Yeah, and I'll happily sit on the lawn for a fucking Beatle. I'm sorry, I'll do it. And someone's like, this is his first time here. I was like, when did you think Paul McCartney came here before?
No, I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going mainly just for
Yeah,
to be in the same general vicinity.
I did that for Brian Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was not good, but I saw Brian Wilson.
My coworker was saying be prepared to be a little disappointed. And I'm like, that's fine.
For McCartney?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's just because of his age.
Sure, man. He's
But then-
80-something years old.
Yeah.
82?
Well, I saw Robert Plant last year, same
Yeah.
deal. My expectations were low, and it's still awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Brian
mean-
Wilson was not.
Yeah, I
That's
could
all
see
right.
that.
He was like old. He was like 75, and he got up mid-song to go pee. Like, I was like,
Fuck yeah.
all right, fuck it, you know. And, yeah, but it was Brian Wilson. He made
Yeah.
fucking pet sounds.
Right.
That
Yeah.
fucking monumental. And, like, when he died the other day, a couple weeks ago, my coworker goes, I get it, the Beach Boys or whatever, but who actually really listens to that? And I was like, I do.
Dude, yeah.
And like my other coworker goes, me as well. And I literally told my friend, I was like, the bands you listen to now exist because Brian Wilson existed. And like
Right.
we went off on him. I was like, we did, you know. Are you a Brian Wilson guy?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not as in deep as a lot of people, but I love the Beach Boys.
Yeah. Have you watched For Love or Mercy?
Yeah.
How amazing is that?
It's a really well done film.
So many people I've told them and they went and watched it and they came back and they were like, one of them was like, dude, I actually cried. And I was like,
Damn.
Paul Dano kills it, dude.
fucking Paul Dano.
Yeah.
And John Cusack does pretty good too, because it's old Brian Wilson and
Yeah.
young Brian Wilson.
Oh, okay.
And when he's working with the Wrecking Crew in that studio,
Yeah.
that shit is, you're like, oh, like,
I have this thing where I love films set in the 60s.
yeah, me too, man.
There's just some like a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Dude, you and I are like,
I love that
dude,
movie.
I think that movie is one of the best films that has come out in the last 20 fucking years. I saw
It's
multiple times.
a slow burner, but everything about it, it's just very immersive.
yes.
And
Nice.
69, I
Did
think.
you see the Dylan movie?
No, not yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I own it.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge Dylan guy.
Okay.
It's really good.
And,
Yeah.
and it's only like 5 years of his life.
Oh, okay.
But the way, like the person who killed it is the set designer, set decorator, set costumers, because like the way they did, like you're like Greenwich Village in the '60s. Holy shit!
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the whole Johnny Cash stuff. The dude who plays Johnny Cash is
Oh,
amazing.
Dude, yeah, that was an excellent casting.
And I was like, all right, they need to do another Johnny Cash movie with him, man. It was fucking so good because he's just like one of the whole scenes. He's like just whacked out of his brain.
Yeah.
Really?
Johnny Cash is. Like, he didn't even know who Dylan is at first, and he's like, oh, hey, man, it's all right. He's all, is my car in the way? And he gets in his car to move it, and he's all looking back, and he just smashes into the car next to him, and then smashes in the car, and you're like, I bet that was pretty much true right
spot
there.
on.
Yeah, pretty spot on.
Me,
but-
me and James actually watched that the night before we saw Meshuggah.
Oh, really?
In Denver.
Oh shit!
But it was really good.
Like
yeah.
in the theater?
Yeah, yeah.
No, just like at our Airbnb.
Oh.
But no, you should
Yeah.
definitely check it out.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. That's cool, man. I dig that, the 60s thing. But so when you get in the studio, like, how analog is it when you guys are recording? How much analog is it and how digital is it?
Well, define analog.
So, I mean, you're not recording anything on tape at all.
No,
You're recording everything strict to a laptop.
straight to a
or-
laptop. Yeah. So the only analog part of it is like we didn't do any like amp sims with like guitar
Yeah.
or bass. Like so everything like instrumentally
Yeah.
was recorded quote unquote like acoustically. So like we had mics set up and we had just experimentation. So but it was all fed into a laptop and that was like the digital part of it. So
Okay.
just a lot of kind of feeling it out initially and then just sticking to it and then finishing up the album.
Do you ever just like add, like, you know, one of the stories I always dig, like the Rick Rubin stories where they talk about how like he doesn't play any instruments whatsoever, doesn't really know fucking shit, and he'll be like, yeah, man, I think what you need to do here is like put a triangle, like, you know, Like the one that blows my mind is the System of a Down story. Have you seen that?
Maybe. What is
Serge was like, I'm still working on the vocals of this. I just need one
yes.
more line. And he's like, well, here's what you should do. Go over there to the bookshelf over there. Take any book off the wall, open it to a page, and the first line, that'll be the lyric.
Yep.
Right.
And it is.
Yep.
And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like,
He's a weird man, Rick Rubin.
right? But he seems to just have that zen, like, but also, like, if you go look at Rick Rubin and go look at the albums that guy's produced,
Yeah.
you're like, holy fuck, these are some of the biggest albums ever.
Yeah.
And and like when Johnny Cash got dumped by his label, Rick Rubin's like, I see more in this guy, and brought him completely back. And
And I think honestly, one part of that is just like, I think he's just like, he's a good tool for musicians and stuff, in that he's good at making arbitrary decisions that aren't awful. Like, that's the thing. Some arbitrary decisions can be bad, but sometimes you just need random off the wall arbitrary decisions as an artist to get a prompt to do something and like ground yourself in something.
Like the Beastie Boys, when they did that first album, they recorded Five for Your Party as a joke, and they thought it was funny. They were like, haha, and then they left and went on tour. And he brought in, like, this is why I'm asking, is like, he brought in the guitar player, and they didn't even know. And like, he added the guitar and all that stuff, and then mixed the song, put it out. They had no idea it was even going out. They had no clue. And they were like somewhere, and like they were like, all of a sudden they were on the radio, and they fucking heard, and then they were like, what the fuck's this? And then all of a sudden they heard themselves. They were like, what the shit? And they said their audience literally overnight went from like black kids to white kids. Like,
Weird
thing.
yeah.
Well, it's also similar to Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
So with the Sounds of Silence, the one that is popular with like the drums and guitar, that was not the original.
No.
That was done after the fact without their permission.
Right.
And they were like just as shocked too. They ended up hearing it offhand.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I would be so pissed.
But I think but I mean, like, the thing is, it's editing. Like, there's a lot of like directors that will direct a film, and then like they get locked out, and then they don't see it till it's done.
Yeah.
That would be so weird to me.
Well, I feel like editing
is
a crucial part of the creative process.
Honestly, I think it's one of the most crucial.
Yeah.
You can change. So like, they can film a movie and it's got one narrative, and then they can go in and edit it and change the narrative completely.
Oh yeah.
But like, I don't know if you could do that. Can you do that with a record? I guess you could. Yeah.
In a way, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how much you want to spend on doing that, but in terms of time
and I mean, people have.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't do a ton of that.
Hopefully.
I don't think we did.
I think we did, yeah, because like, I think most of the editing that we ended up doing, it was just doing it as we were going along.
Yeah. You didn't lock Johnny out of the room. You're like, sorry, man, I'm gonna add tom-toms here.
No.
No, yeah, I think, I don't know. It was, me and Mark had a lot of correspondence.
Did you ever add any like instruments afterwards, like that were not there?
No.
Well,
No.
Well, define that too.
Like, you're like, you know what? I think
like after it was like signed off, and then I like threw.
like after they've left for the day, and you're like, you know what?
No,
I'd add a little bit of, because you can go into GarageBand and add a fucking guitar.
I would add my own things, if anything.
Right. That's what I mean.
Just for
yeah. So like, for instance, on our song "Telling the Bees," the solos in that song I hadn't written until I recorded them.
Okay.
And so what happened was, the first solo, I think I did like 15 takes. And Johnny was sitting right there watching me just fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
So then that eats up a ton of time. And so I was like, Johnny, you don't have to sit through all of this, because this is just me figuring it out.
Right.
So when he left, I ended up cutting the second solo after he left. But that's just because I had access to the recording, and I was able to just kind of hammer it out myself. But that was just for my own thing. So
when you watch it like a movie, and they're like, we don't know this song, and the backing band just all of a sudden starts playing, does that like drive you crazy, or is that just stupid?
It drives me crazy when their fingers don't do what the instrument is supposed to be doing. But in terms of like skill of like just knocking something out,
well, no, but like Walk Hard, like when he's like just trying out for Sun Records, and they're like, Johnny, we don't know this song, he's like, just follow me, boys, and all of a sudden they just start playing with him, like, you're like,
it can, like, depending on the song, it can that can kind of work. But
I know James is very in tune with, like, James, our bass player, used to be a big blues guy.
Oh, well, yeah.
And There's like
and
a
that's
formula. There's
right.
like a language behind a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I can see that. I'm not one of those people though.
Oh yeah.
No.
It's like do.
I spray and pray, and then I'll play something, and then Johnny's like, "Oh yeah, do that again." I'm like, I don't know what I just did,
Yeah.
man. I'm winging it. So, but yeah, that's just the process.
Quiet Riot style.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
It's gonna go. Who are your influences?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Um,
We had Johnny
it-
on here. We talked to him a lot.
if you would have asked me 10 years ago, it'd be
Sure.
a completely different group of people. But
Well, and here's the thing. It should be.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be like, man, I'm still,
No.
this band from fucking third grade.
yeah, no, I say it nowadays.
Yeah.
I love Krungbin a lot. So Mark Spear, their
Yeah.
guitar player, in my opinion, he's one of the best in the world right now. So I tend to emulate a lot of his kind of approach to playing a little bit. Also Adam Granduciel from The War on Drugs.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I love the War on Drugs.
Yeah, I genuinely love them so much. And so Adam, he's not a technical player per se, but he's a very textural player.
And very expressive.
Yeah, and he's got like a million pedals, which is kind of overwhelming, but he kind of paints a picture sonically, which I appreciate a lot.
See, yeah, the way you're talking, I mean, I absolutely can understand that.
Yeah.
And like, here's my thing. Is like one thing that like you really have to understand about music is I have a friend who got his master's in Spanish classical guitar,
Okay.
and he's probably one of the greatest guitar players I've ever seen in person. And I can go to his recital and I can sit there for 5 minutes and go, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Then I go, time to go watch band play 3 chords and enjoy the shit out of that. And that's a thing. It's like,
Yeah.
man, there's some, definite need for great technical playing, but there's also just some fucking soul and love.
Yeah.
And
My approach to playing is just feel.
yeah.
So I'm not a shredder.
Yeah.
I never have been, but my thing is just whatever feels right, I'll do, and then just kind of go from there. And sometimes some of the best songs are only 2 chords.
Yeah.
And sometimes some of the coolest songs ever are a very intricate piece that's like a ton of like melody and notes.
Like
And
fucking Nuno Betancourt, like
Yeah.
fucking crazy fucking, you're like,
if it feels right, then it is right. That's just
Right.
kind of the thing that it boils down to. But
okay. Who was yours 10 years ago?
it's all I grew out of my boomer phase that I had in high school.
Who was
So-
so Hendrix?
No, not even that. It was just like Kiss, AC/DC, and Van Halen.
God, yeah. Well, hold on. Van Halen's different.
Yeah.
So you say Kiss, you say AC/DC,
yeah.
and then Van Halen is a
Yeah.
different level for me. I'm sorry.
Sure.
So I grew up with Van Halen,
Yeah.
and AC/DC was there, but when I was a kid, Van Halen was the Beatles for us.
Yeah.
Like you turned on MTV because it was pretty new at that time, and like fucking Van Halen, Panama or Jump came on, and then I remember it, da 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 breaking. David Lee Roth has left Van Halen, and it was devastating. It was like, what the fuck is going? What are we gonna do now? And then he went solo, and then Steve Vai was his guitar player because if you don't have Eddie Van Halen, you might as well have fucking Steve Vai, right?
Yeah.
And that was fucking big shit in those
Yeah.
days. Man. Kiss, that I could give a fuck about.
Kiss to me was
Yeah, I get it.
as they're entertaining,
There you go.
and if you're young and impressionable,
Yep, they were
it's like
entertainers.
wow, this is crazy. This dude's spit up blood. Like, that's
I
crazy.
cannot stand Gene Simmons.
No, that guy is a complete douche.
fucking.
But I appreciate what Kiss did for
Yes.
music.
Yes, absolutely.
They paved the way for a lot of important.
Oh, I
bands.
mean Slipknot. I mean
Yeah.
Slipknot. I mean whoever else. Any of that Corpse
Yeah.
Paint, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, oh, we didn't come from. I mean, whatever. But
Another influence, actually, even today, Buck Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult.
oh, okay. Jeez.
So, dude, Blue Oyster Cult was my first show I ever went to.
Oh, dang, really?
Yeah.
That's a great show.
I was in 8th grade when
That's
they came to
awesome.
Isleta, or the Route 66 Casino.
Oh, when that song came on, I was like,
I love Blue Oyster Cult a lot. So Buck is slept on a lot because he he's a shredder, but it's like a clean shredder.
Yeah.
He's got a real particular way of playing that I fuck with heavily. To me, genuinely, like no kidding, the solo breakdown on "Don't Fear the Reaper" is one of the coolest solos of all time.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
that part, yeah.
Oh my god, I love that.
I get what you're saying.
So I like his playing a lot because it's not the standard like blues kind of like pentatonic bullshit.
Right.
Yeah,
He just does his own thing, and I'm like, that's cool.
and like the thing about it is like that song. I mean, it's long as fuck. Mm-hmm. But when you talk about the guitar playing in it, like he has this patience for a lot of it.
Yeah.
And he keeps it at a certain tempo. But then, like when you're talking about when he gets in the solo, it's like he's really going to
He
town.
lets it loose.
He just he's like fuck yeah. He's like here we go. Like
Burning for You.
yeah.
That solo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh come on.
Well, and also just like like a lot of his just riffs too.
Yeah.
Are just like very like both interesting, original, and catchy.
Yes.
Like, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Blue Oyster Cult, slept on. I think they're one of the greatest of all time.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
So we're kind of at the end of the first hour. We're gonna take a break here in a little while. So where can people? You guys have an album coming out. You have a show that's coming up.
Yep.
Where can people go check the album? The album's out, right?
No.
It's
Not
coming
yet.
out. It's coming out.
Yeah, so it'll be out a week
Next Friday.
from tomorrow. Yeah, so next
Yeah,
Friday.
The
next
18th.
Friday.
The 18th on all the digital things. And then
I always love people like where. I'm like, where do you fucking go?
yeah,
look at
like
music?
literally
Yeah.
Anywhere.
like
All
all
of them,
these distribution services, they put it on all the things.
They do it,
basically.
yeah.
But
do
if
it
you
for
see
you.
us ahead of time, you could get a CD.
Right.
Oh.
And yeah, the release show is going to be at Sister on the 24th.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah,
That's a good place.
Yeah,
to
2 weeks from today.
That's a good release place.
Yeah.
Right?
we're really stoked. This will be Dymer's first show at Sister.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played bass there before, but just
I saw
not
you
with
on
Dymer.
stage there before, but you weren't. I think you were with Jimmy or somebody. You got up and sang with them.
Yeah, it was with Lil Mello.
Low Mellow. There you go. That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Sister's a cool spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're playing with Red Light Cameras and Ordinary Things, who are also
That night.
yes. Yep.
Okay.
So it's a killer
All
lineup.
right. I guess I'll go. I like how we're all wearing local shirt. I'm wearing your guys' shirt.
Yeah.
You're wearing the Violent Rising
Yeah.
shirt. And he's wearing the Ordinary.
I think
Things
I wear
shirt.
this all the time. I think
Yeah,
there's
he
so,
wears that shirt. He really does wear that shirt
I
all the time.
love the ordinary things. So
At least you wash it. Thank God.
yeah, my
I
favorite.
also wear this shirt.
My favorite story is because I wear this all the time, and
Yeah.
I was hanging out at Juno one day, and just having a drink with a friend, and just hanging out, and they were starting to kind of like set up for the show. This was like late afternoon, and so the owner comes up. He's like, "Hey, can you move out of this table? Like, we gotta like move it for the ticket, whatever." I was like, "Oh, that's fine." I was like, "Is there a concert tonight?" And he looks at me like I'm a fucking idiot.
He's like, aren't you here for it?
Yeah, aren't you here for it? I was like, "For who?" He just points at my shirt. I was like, "The ordinary things are playing here." I was like, "It's fucking tight." So yeah,
That's nice.
I genuinely love them. They're all great musicians.
Justin's been on here, but like it's funny. Jackie's been in the studio, but she has never been on the show.
Weird.
Yeah, she was here. She was here with Mei Ling when we did that interview. But it's very funny. But like, yeah, right on, man. I'm stoked. I'll be there. I like all three of the bands.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night.
I think you guys are fine. No, they're pretty amazing. So come out that night, and I'll be there. I'll have stickers if people want stickers. So yeah, I've got. You guys have anything else you want to promote? Or?
No, I mean we had 2 singles come out last week.
Ooh.
Check out all the singles, get primed for the album.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, support local music.
Yeah, I've got a couple things coming up. I've got Saturday night, Alma's AAA Cabaret at the Box Theater. This is my favorite. Like, I do this podcast, and I love to do that more than I love to do this. And people are like, what is it? Well, they do every second Saturday at the Box Theater. They do Comedy Corner. They block off the entire street of 2nd and Gold. They have food trucks. They had an ice cream truck that showed up, and they have oat milk ice cream. They have regular, but they also have oat milk, and it's delicious. But anyway, so you can go watch improv, you can go watch stand up, but then the third thing of the night is Alma's AAA Cabaret. And it's a cabaret show. It's much like America's Got Talent, where people get up on stage and they perform. And then I get to tell them that I don't think it's very good. I get to get a microphone and go, I liked your dancing, singing not so much. You got a B or a C or an F, you know. I'm never mean.
Do you give any Simon Cowell vibes?
I've been booed.
Oh,
I'm the only one that's been booed.
okay.
Wow.
And but I enjoy it thoroughly. And there's three of us, Carissa Mitchell, and we have a new judge, Melody. So come check it out. Super fun. It's like an hour long, or a little over an hour. And like we had a lady who did roller skating burlesque around the.
Oh.
It was fucking amazing.
That's impressive.
The only magician that I respect in Albuquerque was there. He won, and I still tell him to this day, I can't believe I voted for you to win this because I don't like magicians. But I'm doing that Saturday, and then next Saturday, which is when's your guys' show?
24th.
24th,
So
which is
25th.
Thursday.
Saturday the 25th at the
Or
26th.
It'll be Saturday the 26th.
Saturday the 26th at the Block in Rio Rancho. Way out there. They understand what I mean. Is Duke City Championship Wrestling. We're going to do a live wrestling event, and we're going to tape it at the Block. Have you guys ever been out to the Block? I've never been there either. From what I understand, and I've seen the pictures of it, it's like Tin Can Alley or whatever,
Okay.
but you know, near Bernalillo. So
Oh wow. Oh, okay.
I
How new is it?
Must be fairly new.
It's maybe a year old.
Okay.
It's
Gotcha,
yeah, because I kept seeing like the Block, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Nah. and then I would, yeah, I'm not gonna say bad thing, but like I
It's
was
like the orb, but for
yeah.
Albuquerque. Or the sphere. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, it's our
Not
sphere.
the orb.
What's the sphere?
You know what?
Like in
Oh
Vegas?
yeah. Never mind. I thought you meant
That's what
somebody
it's
here.
called, right?
Yeah. The sphere. But I'm like, but it's called the Block. Yeah, that'd be hilarious if it was just a big square.
Interesting.
Yeah. Did you see that they're doing like Wicked at the Block or Wizard of Oz or something at the Sphere?
No.
That sounds cool.
And when they advertised it, they built the Wicked Witch's legs out from underneath the side of the sphere, and I was like,
That's funny.
it's a very analog thing to put on this amazing digital fucking monument area.
I wonder if you could pay extra to have Darkseid play while it's going.
Ooh, yeah, dude. Honestly, like that's something they should do. Is like a Pink Floyd, because weed is legal there.
Oh yeah.
A Pink Floyd thing, and they deliver weed to you in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Like you're like, I'm not high, I'm too high, I need weed. They call them, and a car will drive up and
it's 2025, baby.
let's watch Wizard of Oz and Dark. That seems like a no brainer, right?
I mean,
I don't
Fish was very successful on their run. So I
In
feel
Vegas?
like, oh yeah.
No shit.
Oh, they had many sold out shows. So
what was the ventilation like?
shit, I can't imagine.
I just like I don't good on Fish for what they do.
I'm with you.
I
I'm
just
with you.
don't get it.
I'm with you.
I'm not
Fish.
saying I'm a Fish guy.
Yeah.
Fish, or the Grateful Dead. I don't.
I like a few songs by each.
Thank
No,
you.
yeah,
All
totally.
right. But I don't. But like, I'm not gonna follow them around. I'm not gonna. They played 4 songs and it takes an hour and a half. I'm like, and I like fuck, what are their names? Fuck, I saw them and I didn't realize they were a jam band. She Talks to Angels, Black Crows.
Oh,
I didn't know the Black Crows were like that, and I went and saw them, and they were like 15-minute song, 14-minute song, 13-minute
Yeah.
song. She Talks to Angels, 3 minutes. I was like, what the fuck, man? You can't fucking stretch that motherfucker out, all right?
hey, you can't have it all.
I guess not.
I will say though, in terms of modern jam bands that I fuck with heavily, My Morning Jacket.
Oh,
I'm in
absolutely.
it. I'm in that too. I get that
I
one.
worship that band.
Yeah, Jim Jones.
Jim James.
Jim James, sorry.
Wrong Jim. Wrong Jim.
James.
Different cults.
Different cult. Right. Sorry, Jim James.
I am also part of the.
All right,
My Morning Jacket cult.
we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back for the Wavy Hour.
Cool.
With that, we are 10 drink minimum. Oh boy, it's the Wavy / Billy Hour. And this is 10 drink minimum, sponsored by the Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. My name is Chris Burnett. I have in the studio with me from the band Dymer a corner of the room.
We have ascended.
I have to dial this back in because it's like fucking. I had to reinstall everything else. We have Johnny Mouche and then Mark Vasquez.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. So this is a Wavy Hour. This is just free for all, right? So and I wanted to, I've held on to this for you guys.
Mm.
So they're like moving the state fair, right?
I've heard.
So Mark, are you from Albuquerque?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, born and raised.
Oh yeah.
Johnny's not, right?
Well, I mean,
Well,
down the road.
Pseudo. I technically lived in Santa Fe until I was like 7, and then we moved here.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I all right. Do I think it's bad that they're moving the state fair? Yes and no. Like, I feel like that the state fair has outgrown that location. And I feel like that if you live in England right now or Ireland and you're listening to this, because I know we have a worldwide audience, this is not going to be as exciting for you, but it might be. I don't know. So when the state fair happens, it's a fucking shit show.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere around that area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you my friend lives over there and they'll have a party, and it'll be like at 6 o'clock and on a Saturday, and I'll be on the freeway and I get off on fucking Louisiana.
Oh yeah. My
And
God.
immediately I'm like, oh, what a fucking idiot I am. And the fucking road is backed up for miles, and it's a goddamn awful mess, right? So I get that. It sucks they're like moving it to like Los Lunas or wherever, right? Okay. So that's not what I'm trying to talk. Did you not know that?
I didn't know it was Los Lunas. I knew they were talking about moving.
I mean,
it,
that's
but I didn't
pretty
know.
much what I think is a done deal. I've seen it. I don't know. There's some conflicting things, but I think that's what's happening. Or
and it centralizes it a little bit more, But
I've also heard like off I-25 somewhere, which all right, cool. I get it, but but the thing that sucks is public transportation to get there for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm really wanting. So, in the Albuquerque Journal on Sunday, and I don't normally see these things, but something caught my eye. So one of the journalists on there, I can't think of his name, but like he starts talking about the plan for the old location, right? And they're talking about a mixed housing. They want to put mixed housing there. I think they want to keep the racetrack, which I think right now, like, it's funny because like back in the day they wanted to get rid of the racetrack, but I don't think they can now because I think Ruidoso's done.
oh yeah.
I think the Ruidoso racetrack is completely finished.
Sure.
Because it's fucked up right now.
They can't catch a break, dude.
They're moving everything. They're moving all of those like races that they do there.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but they're moving a lot of them to here again.
Oh wow.
And there's talk that like they don't think that they can prevent this from happening again at the racetrack because it's like when you see Ruidoso, New Mexico right now. If you live in the world, Google Ruidoso, New Mexico news, and it looks like a river.
Yeah.
Looks like a fucking river, and there's like houses just washing away.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think what's going to happen is I think they're going to make the racetrack nicer, right? But the thing that really caught my eye is I guess the governor has thrown it out there that there might be possibly, which is what they've kind of been doing lately, because when they decided that they were going to move the fair, they were like, it might be a thing. We might move the state fair. And then the next week they're like, well, we're going to move the state fair. And then the next week it was like, it might be in like not Albuquerque. Wow. And so it happened like that fast. So this, I'm kind of wondering if it's the same. So there's talk about also there a $400 million arena.
What?
Oh, is that in any way linked to the United?
No, that's going to
Is it
Balloon
that kind of
Fiesta.
arena?
Not the United.
Yeah.
Okay.
United's going to Balloon Fiesta.
But also with
Oh, it is?
yeah,
Okay.
but yeah,
Man, I am so out of the loop.
yeah, but with implications of a professional sports team.
Are you talking which kind of sports?
The National Basketball Association
Oh.
is what, and this is all not happening. We don't know.
It should be the Roadrunners.
Well, see, that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Roadrunners is so like this would be technically our second pro team because like the United are going to be pro. Did you know this?
I might have heard that.
So before we get into the NBA thing, so like the USL is like a lower tier than the Major League Soccer, right? And so the US in Europe, the way soccer works, I don't know if you guys watch anything. So the way soccer works in Europe is they have all these different leagues, right? and there's one, and I couldn't tell you the highest one, but there's one that's the highest, and it's like the most prestigious. Well, the way they do it is the worst 2 teams at the end of that season move down to a league that's a little lower, and in that league, the 2 best teams move up, and there's like 5 of those until there's like literally one that's like the basement of that. So like teams can move up, can like if they are the best 2 teams in the league, they move up to the league that's better, and with that league that's better, there's more money, there's more TV, there's more whatever. And it's called relegation, and it's like in my opinion, it makes it it makes everything like if your team is not doing great, you still want them to do better because you're like, I don't want them to drop, so it makes everything more exciting.
Nice.
So the USL went to the Major League Soccer, and they were like, we think we should do this here in the United States. You guys are the pros, and we're like the minors, and then there's another league that's below them, and that would be the bottom tier, right? Well, Major League Soccer was like, no. We don't want to do that. So the USL is like, okay, fine. We'll keep this division, and then we'll have the one that's below us, and we're going to create a pro league. And they named 10 teams that are going to be the first 10 teams in that pro league, and we're one of them.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
So the United will be a pro team.
That's cool.
Huh,
And
that's cool.
and then there will be relegation. So like you'll go down to the, whatever, and I'm like, that's cool. That's really,
Yeah.
And I hope it works, and I hope eventually it takes over Major League Soccer and they end up being like, but anyway, so if we build a $400 million arena, it will be for like monster truck shows, concerts.
Yeah.
So what about
And-
Tingley then?
It will
Just
be,
Tingley dies?
well, they'll build it there. They'll, but like NBA team, what would be the name? Roadrunners. I've heard Roadrunners. I've heard Aztecs. I don't like Aztecs. Roadrunners I do like. Because we used to have an NBA D League, which is now the G League now. We used to have the Thunderbirds that no one knew about, and they played at Tingley, but
Right.
I saw them.
Then we used to have the Scorpions for hockey.
Yeah, and we're getting a hockey team again, but it'll be in
Yeah.
Rio Rancho. But, but what Aztecs, Thunderbirds. What did someone else say? Hold on, let me pull it up because I put it in our group on Facebook.
I just love Roadrunner so much.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's
I
honestly
have one on my body.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because it can't be Zia's.
No.
Nah.
Zia's overstayed its welcome. Not the Zia Pueblo. The use of the Zia symbol.
Okay, I was going to say.
No.
We
I would
have.
say overstated.
Someone says
Welcome.
Yeah.
Someone says the
branding.
the investigators.
Investigators.
Someone said the big eye. The felons.
Oh.
Someone said enchantment.
That's more of a concept.
Yeah.
We need something like either a person or an animal.
The unsers.
Oh.
Yeah. I had to explain to someone that the unsers was like a person. Like I was like,
Yeah.
the street. Like I was talking about the race car driver, and somebody goes, like the road? I was like, well, the road is named after their family, Al Unser Jr., Bobby Unser,
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, who were they? I was like the Albuquerque, person in me is like freaking out that you don't know the history of the city, but the Tapias, the Unsers, the Holmes. So I don't know,
What
like
would we be called?
the Aztecs,
The
it's
hot air
like
balloons, the green chilies.
green chilies would be awful.
That would be a little too
The
much.
Blakes,
The Blakes.
the Albuquerque Golden Prides.
Ooh.
I honestly don't hate. I don't hate.
It's not the worst thing I've heard.
I would kind of like
The
to see
Chili
just like
Viennos.
the Blake's guy as a mascot. Honestly.
Oh my
I
lord!
would.
Which is a giant head.
I would
That
Kind
would-
of like Shrek. With,
and it wouldn't make any sense.
Lord
Like
Farquaad.
yeah, exactly.
you know what's funny too is like there's in like people are like, well, that wouldn't make sense. How many mascots make the fucking
yeah.
like the San Diego Chicken? What the fuck sense does that
well,
make?
and we already have the Orbit or
Yeah.
whatever.
Orbit's
Or-
a
or-
legend.
Orbit's
Yeah.
a legend, number one,
Put some respect on his name.
and
Well,
he,
no, I'm saying he, know,
but he's Orbit
he's
like
the random thing, but
It's
he's
not.
the best.
No,
They're the-
isotopes.
they're the
have to do
isotopes.
with-
I know.
Johnny, you sound like a non-science person right now.
do you
That's
even
because I'm not.
do you even live here?
Oh my god. I'm not trying to disrespect Orbit.
You said
Yeah.
it's unrelated.
I wouldn't.
I think it's
No,
pretty
it's not
relevant.
Okay.
But
It's
yeah,
just
going
a
back to the
random
NBA
thing.
names, that one's kind of hard.
Yeah.
because we have like very specific New Mexican things that are
Yeah.
very like close to us.
Yes.
But nothing that sounds really tough.
Ooh, hold on.
The cholos,
The sandias.
the
Sandias.
foos.
The foos. I think sandias isn't bad. Sandias.
It's like a
okay.
watermelon.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
that's
know.
what it means, right? Watermelon.
Yeah,
That's a tough one, man.
we'll figure it out.
But I mean, here's the other thing. Well, no, what about this though? What are the colors? Because they're gonna fuck it. Because
that-
you know, because
And
you
that
know,
could inform the mascot from there.
because you know they're gonna put turquoise in that shit.
Turquoise and yellow.
Yeah, red. There's gonna be red.
I can see a red.
The sunset.
The sunset. The
That's
monsoons.
way too calming.
Ooh.
No, because we're in the desert. We're in the. I
We
don't
get
know.
monsoons. We're having one right now.
We are having one.
Flash flood warning.
The flash floods.
Not even the flash
The
floods.
low- the
just
low- the
flash
low
flood
riders.
warnings.
The lowriders.
The Impalas.
The Impalas. Yeah.
Roadrunners probably is the
Yeah.
is the number one. I mean, it's got to be right.
To me, it makes the most sense.
Now, do you
Absolutely.
think? Do you think that this? So, do you think this would work?
No.
Why?
I think we have bigger fish to fry in that area of town.
Well, that's
If we have money to spend on this thing, then I
okay.
think
No.
What do you mean by work?
So I'm gonna explain the world to you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the needs are. It's what the wealthy people would
That's
like
true.
to have.
I know I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't.
And I
use
didn't
it.
mean to be constant.
No, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of goes down to priority, right?
Well, and here's the other thing: they're going to be like, "Well, it's going to they're going to be their answer. We're going to build this $400 million stadium, and it's going to bring the area up.
Gentrification.
It's going to bring the area up." That's what they're going to say.
Yeah.
And people are like, "You're against a lot of the stuff they're trying to do. Are you not against this?" And I'm like, I don't know if I could be, because honestly, we need an indoor stadium where a big band can come through and fucking play. We miss out on a lot of concerts because we don't have a fucking place for them to play.
I will give Rebel all the credit in the world
Yes.
for bringing some of
Yes.
the coolest bands through that wouldn't have come a few years ago.
Correct.
I've been to so many Rebel shows because
and that's kind of proof of concept.
yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm not 100% on the sound there, depending on where you stand.
I mean, it was a warehouse,
Yes.
but
Thank you. Okay.
but
You get it.
but at the same time though, like
But it is proof of concept.
what size are you thinking of? Like,
If it's a $400 million, it'll hold like
do
probably.
you think we have the population to support concerts coming through like that?
Yeah. It depends on who it is.
Because we're not exactly flush with cash.
Because first of all, it's gonna be like if it's an NBA stadium, it's gonna be like 17 to 20,000.
Yeah.
17 to 20,000's doable. If you have,
Well, Stiletto's about 15, right?
yeah, and I bet that Paul McCartney show is gonna sell the fuck out.
God.
So if you have, and I mean, you got to understand, there are bands that are going to come through that you or I don't give a ever living shit about.
Right.
But all the people who live in the rural New Mexico are going to fucking come in for the Blake Shelton. They're going to come in for the whatever, the country star.
I'm warming up to country.
That's going to, I'm a big class, alt country and outlaw country guy,
Yeah.
big time. I've always been. But like, I don't know who Luke, Brian, or who the fuck comes through. They'll sell that show out.
Oh, yeah.
But they wouldn't come here because like in the wintertime they can't come here.
Yeah. That's a good point.
They can't. Like, but if it's December and fucking Luke Bryan's playing at the fucking
The Roadrunner Arena.
well, it wouldn't be called that. It would be like, I'm trying to think of a business in Albuquerque.
The Sunward.
The Intel Arena. I don't know what has that kind of money, but yeah,
Golden Pride Arena.
people are gonna the Golden Pride.
The Golden Dome.
Oh, hell yeah.
You don't beat us at the frontier, man.
The Golden Dome.
Down on the frontier basketball court. Oh my god, it would be. I don't know, and it's funny because like the thing that's really like throwing the gas on this fire is the Oklahoma City Thunder won the NBA championship. This is the smallest market basketball team that's ever won that I could think of in recent times. It was thought impossible because like who's a great basketball player that wants to stay in fucking Oklahoma City? Well,
That's true.
SGA, Shai Gilgeous Alexander. Apparently he does.
Yeah.
And so like now they're like, okay, we could do this. And you know, if Oklahoma City can do it, what can we do? I don't know. I think it's worth a shot to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not upset about it. I don't want to.
I think as long as it's not
Do we need the money elsewhere? Yes.
Well,
But here's the excuse for here's the thing with that. We always will need the money somewhere else.
yeah.
Always.
One thing I will say though, if we do happen to make this a thing, can we please make getting in and out not a fucking nightmare?
Yes.
Because I went
Isleta Amphitheater.
that and then even Tingley. I went
Yes.
to Monster Jam. It took like an hour to get out because they just narrow it down to one lane.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you go on purpose or do you have free tickets?
I paid.
Okay.
Oh, I went with my girlfriend and my mom.
Yes.
And we made a whole night out of
Yeah.
it. I had never been.
All right. So I went with my friends and I knew what I was getting into because my friends owned one of my friends. She worked at a junkyard.
Okay.
And they come into town. They go to the junkyards and they go, "Hey, we'd like some cars. Can we buy them from you?" And then also here's like 20 fucking tickets.
Yeah.
So she's like, "I got tickets to Monster Jam." So we go and I come in and I walk in and I have a sack full of ear protection.
Yeah.
And everyone's laughing at
You
me like,
need it.
"Oh, you brought ear protection, nerd." I was like, "Okay."
Nope.
Fucking 5 minutes later, "Hey, can I have some of those?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you fucking.
I saw families just raw dogging it out there with no ear protection. And it's painfully loud.
You're like, fuck, man. They
Yeah.
don't put a muffler on those motherfuckers.
No. It's America, baby.
It's-
Actually, it did feel very American when I went there. It kicks off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hell
Yes. Oh, hold on. They're like, as Gravedigger drives around, as Gravedigger drives around the arena, please stand up and cheer
Yeah.
for the greatest country in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Seats are just $5. The seat's $5, but all you're gonna need is the edge.
I love
Yeah.
that so much.
Yes, absolutely.
My favorite though is I grew up watching rodeo,
Oh.
and that's where they'll do it. They're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, can you please rise as we salute the greatest country in the world?" And you're like, and there's like a woman riding around the arena, two women like with fucking American flag, and one has the New Mexico flag, and you're like, yeah, it's some, you know, yeah, it's something, you know, it's like
Actually, funny enough, when I went, I
Yeah.
looked at more Monster Jam events around the country, and I almost went to Salt Lake City this past week.
you're in now.
What made
Well,
you?
well-
What drew you to that?
Well, that was like the national, like big final
Yeah,
like,
because
showdown.
Yeah, because it's actually a competition.
It's at the
Oh,
Delta
okay.
Center. It's huge. Because at Tingley, it's not that big, so they can't do as many
Because
things.
then you're like watching videos like why Bigfoot is not in you're like in Monster Jam. You're like,
Yeah.
wow, they really whoa.
It's like wrestling for like
Yeah,
a different crowd.
I was gonna say because you can't say hillbillies because they're all hillbillies, you know. And
Are we all little
I
hillbillies?
watch wrestling. Yeah, like
We're desert hillbillies.
yes, but like Monster Jam. Who's your favorite? Is it El Toro? Is it
Why? Because I'm
I don't know.
no. Actually,
Because that's the only other one I can think of.
I love Gravedigger. Gravedigger was there that night.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
yeah.
I think okay, I sound crazy, but Gravedigger put on the best performance out of everyone there, and I totally understand why Gravedigger is the king.
Gravedigger.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Saw it with my own eyes.
I just love when they just get it. Can everybody get on their feet? And then it like hops and you're like it bounces and flips over.
Oh my god, I was blown away.
Yeah.
This is making me want to go to.
Do it,
Dude, it's
Do
amazing.
it.
Dude.
It's worth it.
Okay. I feel like there's two events like this that people are like, I wouldn't go to that. And then they go and they're like, one of them is Monster Jam.
Yeah,
And the other is bull riding.
I've
You're
never
a
done that.
Motherfucker, dude.
I really want to go.
Dude, okay. Like rodeo is, I get it. I get it. Like the like I love animals and it's fucking terrible. Let me tell you something, man. You have 140-pound man on an animal that weighs the same as a fucking Honda car, you know.
Yeah.
And you're like, he's hurting that animal. I'm like, oh well, that animal could murder him in 5 fucking seconds or less.
Yeah.
And it happens. And like when you see them in person, like it's one thing to watch it on TV. When you see it in person, and they're in the chute, and the guy gets down on it, and then you hear him like like fucking hit it, and like it's a 3,000-pound animal hitting the side of that metal. You're like, whoa! All of a sudden, you feel that fucking danger. Not like he feels it, but and then they open that chute and they fucking come out, and you see a 3,000-pound bull go into a spin and then jump in the air with the dude on it, and you're like, whoa! It's very visceral.
That's power, right?
Sure, yeah.
Power. And and the thing is like, I grew up with it because I grew up farming and ranching, and I used to watch. I'd go to my grandma's, and she would have on fucking Mesquite Rodeo, and it'd be like Mesquite Rodeo, sponsored by Wrangler, and it'd be all, hello everybody, I'm 7-time world champion Donnie Gay, and he was like this 5'2" guy standing next to the other guy who was like 5'9", and it looked like a giant next to a little kid, and he's like, we got Mesquite bull riding, but like you see this and you're like, what the fuck, these people. And when I was in college, they had a rodeo team, and the college guys wear the vest protection, and even still, well, I remember like coming back to college, coming back on a Monday, and they're like, yeah, one of the rodeo guys got killed.
Wow.
Over the weekend. They had a rodeo, and the bull threw him off and stomped down between the vest and killed him, killed the shit out of him. And I'm like, fuck, man. It's like,
It makes me wonder who was the first person to think, I'm going to hop on this bull and see how
well,
long I can ride.
it all started like back in the day, because it had nothing to do with bulls. It was like bronc riding, because they were trying to break them. They were trying to break the horses, and then they were trying to break horses. The roping, they were trying to rope the calves so they could brand them, and then they'd bulldog them so they could bulldog them down. They could brand them. So it's all based off. So the only one that's not is bull riding. Like literally, they were like, you're not gonna break a bull and ride it around. So it was like it had to be macho, where some guys like, I bet I could ride a fucking bull, and they're like, oh, bitch can't. And he did it. So when the bull riding association, I can't remember what it's called. It's like NBR or whatever. PBR.
Yeah.
What they do is they have like bulls that they tour with.
Yeah.
And they have like you'll see it. It's like NASCAR. It's like all of them. They're like this bull is known for spinning. It's known for da da da.
Wow. They got stats.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like trading cards.
Mm-hmm. And if they get tame and they stop like being like aggressive, they get rid of them.
Wow.
And they bring in they constantly bring in. So it's like, if you get a chance to go to to the PBR, go watch it.
I want
Or
to.
just go to the state fair and watch the rodeo.
Yeah.
And you get a concert.
Yeah, actually last year I almost went because Mammoth was coming through.
Cypress Hill's coming this year.
Really?
Cypress Hill,
dang.
They're gonna be, I'm gonna like, so I get to watch a rodeo and then I get to hear Black Sunday. That's amazing. Fuck yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch. Dude, I love Cypress Hill, man. Black Sunday is one of my favorite fucking albums of all time, man. It's like one of those, like, we used to go wakeboarding every weekend in the summer, and we would be sitting there like shaving cream in our feet, because that's how you get your feet in the bindings. It's like a trick.
Oh, okay.
And as we're doing that, you'd hear like, boom, 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 and we just play that the whole first, like, all the way through as we wakeboarded.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm like, and a rodeo? I know it's awful to animals, but I'm a sucker for a rodeo, man. I'll go.
Yeah, I want to give it a fair shot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go see Monster Jam as quickly again.
Yeah.
But
You can watch it.
Yeah, I get it.
Here's a question. If I was like, hey, I got a ticket, you want to go to Phoenix and watch NASCAR?
Oh, yeah.
I did it. I did it once. I've been one time. I'm not a NASCAR fan. I don't watch it on TV.
Yeah.
I know some of the drivers because I'm just, alive. But like, it was a blast.
Yeah.
And it was like weird because like people, what was it like? I was like, well, you get out there, and it's like a state fair like feel.
Yeah.
Because there's like 100,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
As far as you can see, there's RVs, right? And these people have been out there all week because I guess they have different races. Well, they have like different races. and then they have like qualifying and all that shit.
Yeah.
So these people go out all week long, right? And like they'll have their RV, and they'll have a fence built out in front of it, and then they have like plywood, and it's painted like whoever their driver is.
Oh.
And they'll barbecue all week and have people over. And you walk around, and there's like people like on unicycles and juggling, and it's like crazy, right? And then the drinking is next level.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure.
like we're driving out there, and they're like, "We got to get beer for the tailgate." And I was like, "Well, we got to get Budweiser." Like, why? I was like, "We're going to NASCAR." They're like, "Do you like that?" I'm like, "No."
That's what you do.
Yeah. So we drink before, and as we're walking up, like I'm thinking, like they're not gonna let you bring in your beer because I'm a smart human being. Well, there's like 7 lines to get into this like race, right? 5 lines are like a mile long. 2 lines are not. And I'm like, what's going on here? And they're like, well, these 5 lines are if you're bringing stuff in. Those 2 are if you're not. And I was like, what the fuck? And the people have coolers, all this shit, right?
Wow.
Well, word starts coming back that you can't bring alcohol in. Because of course you can't, because they like money.
Yeah.
And so as we're walking the mile up past all these people are like, shit. And they're like they don't want to lose their place in line. They're handing us beer.
Yeah.
Dang.
I've been in that position.
And we're
before.
like shotgunning beers.
Oh yeah.
We get up to the front, and there's 2 guys with beer bongs. And the guy's like, you can't bring that in here. And they're like, we can't bring the beer bongs in it. And he's like, no, you can't bring the beer in. And the guy goes, oh. and then the guy's like, all right, go on in.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, what world is this? And there's like 100,000 people of the best people watching you'll ever see.
I could
Oh,
totally
sure.
imagine.
And then
that.
the race starts, and like it takes them a long time to get going because like they start wrecking right away. They finally start to go, and you're like, what is hitting my face? It's like the tires.
Yeah.
The pieces of the tires are flying off and hitting you like little particles, right?
Dang.
And you could smell the fuel.
Yeah.
And it was funny because like I went out to go get another beer, and I lost my ticket, so I couldn't get back in. And I texted my friends, and they're like, "That sucks." I was like, "Not really." So I just opened the hatch of the truck, and I sat out there and drank beers. And as people came by, I was like, "You want a beer?" And people were like, "Really?" And it was so fun. I had a great.
That's the best
time.
way to make friends is
I
just
would
offer
go,
them
yeah.
a beer.
I'd
for
fucking
sure.
totally go again.
Yeah.
man.
To me, those are like those quintessential American things that you just got to try it out. I did The Price is Right.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
That was awesome.
The real one or like
yeah.
the one at
we went. My mom and I went to Hollywood.
Whoa.
We got tickets. We woke up at the ass crack of dawn, and we went and we
Did you
waited.
get on?
outside. We didn't get called,
Yeah.
but we sat in the second row. So that episode, like, we were all over it. And
No, wait.
yeah,
Drew Carey Price Right?
yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I did not get a Bob Barker,
Yeah.
but still,
Still.
it was like, and it's a small place. It's not
Did
as
they
big.
do the no? Did they do Plinko?
Oh yeah.
Did they do the little yodel guy? Or do they even
Maybe
do that anymore? Do they
this
even
is
do that
so
anymore?
long ago, but one thing I distinctly remember. So you know when they're like, and you can win a brand new car, and like the little like the closet looking doors open up.
Yeah.
Those fuckers clunk. They're like, go. You don't hear any of that.
Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah.
You see, there's like at least 15 people on the stage at any given time. You can't see them because they're all behind the camera.
They're behind the camera. Yeah.
You cannot hear a thing because the crowd's so loud.
Did it make it cool, or did it fuck it up for you?
It was fun. I
Yeah.
honestly will never see it the same way, but like it was one of those things where as we're waiting in line
Yeah.
and we're just like kind of getting hyped up before we go inside, it felt very like American in a weird way.
Yeah.
I had like this thing, I was like, wow, like
I mean, when I was a kid, you were sick.
yeah.
You were like, you wake up,
Right.
you'd be like, I'm sick, I can't go to school, and then you're like, oh, I get to watch Price is Right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, it's a chaotic and interesting thing.
The Price is Right is like it's one of those things where it comes on, and you're like,
I'll watch it.
and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's it on? Is it just on regular TV?
Yeah,
still?
it's on I think CBS.
Yeah.
Did you watch the documentary about the dude who like? Oh yeah, that's nuts.
Yes,
right?
he won the whole thing down to the dollar.
He didn't. Was it he? Yes, you're right.
Was
He
it
kept
like
guessing
a-
the prices because he studied the whole thing.
Yeah, he made a video game.
He watched the show habitually
Yes.
and made a game, and he memorized all the prices.
Yes.
He knew exactly how it all worked. And so he made his way on the show,
Yep.
and he got it all like down right.
Dialed down. He had them like, so now to the point now, they don't actually price like actual items as what they actually cost.
Yeah.
They like kind of, I don't know why, they just kind of like throw it off, but like because of
that's
him.
interesting.
Yeah.
The other one too is like, have you seen the movie with Paul Walter Hauser with the Press Your Luck one?
No.
It's great.
I
But
like Press Your Luck.
You do? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I guess, so like the movie's great. And I went and read the synopsis of what really happened. It's pretty close. Paul Walter Hauser is probably my favorite actor in Hollywood right now. I think he's bar none better than anybody. And if you Google him, people are going to see and they'll go, oh, I know the guy. He was in Cobra Kai. He was a lot of things. But so the dude figured out that there was only 5 patterns.
Really?
That's it.
Dang.
And he fucking went on a rampage. So much so that they couldn't figure out what they were going to do.
Wow.
They were worried that they were never going to be able to stop him.
So while he was on the show,
Yeah, he figured it out way before.
but like he was on the show, they figured out that he knew.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
because like they took like when you watch in the movie, you see how they like take breaks and they talk to the
Oh yeah.
contestants. Yeah,
Yep.
and yeah, they're like freaking out, and they finally they like break into his van that he has, his ice cream truck that he drove there from Indiana. The dude was a complete fucking whack job, and like come to find out, he was like big and like he wasn't scamming them, but he was like a scam artist on
Sure.
other aspects. But he actually figured it out. Like he legitimate in like they were trying to figure out how they were gonna like screw him out of it.
To me, that's not cheating because you're doing it the fair way.
He figured it out.
That's
He
their
figured out
fault
how
for
he
making
could
it
do
so stupid simple. Mm-hmm. You know.
And they were like, there was only 5 patterns, and like when we started, we didn't have a lot of money. You know, like I was like, oh man,
God.
it's kind of interesting to see. You're like, fuck. And so then I was at a casino a couple weeks later, and they had the Press Your Luck casino game, and I was like, well, I got to play that one. I did all right. I think I won money. So.
Hell yeah.
You didn't figure out the 5 patterns.
No, oh god. Well, come to find out, those things have a fucking insane algorithm. Yeah.
Right.
Oh God.
But I didn't think about that. I was like, how do I do that? No. But it's kind of crazy, like some of those old stuff, like, you know, because there's the old quiz show one from the, like 50s or whatever, that they found out was a whole scam, and that blew the lid off a bunch of it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they made a movie out of a quiz show. Robert Redford directed that one. And that was like, because they were all quiz shows, and I guess those all ended until Jeopardy.
Really?
Oh, wow.
And then Jeopardy's like, we're not only going to not fix it, we're going to make it where it's fucking hard as a fucking all get out.
God. If I want to feel like an idiot, I'll watch
Yeah.
Jeopardy
Yeah.
because they're just like flying through the answers. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know what's happening,
Right.
Yeah.
but I can appreciate how hard they work to get to that point.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because you have to actually take a test to be on Jeopardy.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Johnny's like, I could do it.
No,
No.
not even close.
It's like, I'm the Mouche. I could do it. I could do it, Becca.
Johnny Boucher.
I'm not even the Mouche. I'm definitely
You're like the third Mouche?
literally, yeah,
That's funny.
in my family at least.
I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, like, that's funny that you were at the price. Man, I'm kind of jealous of that.
I would. It's still the thing. It's free.
Yeah. Do you have, can you just get, do you have to like put in a lottery to get the
No.
tickets? No.
It's actually fairly easy. You plan ahead of time and you get tickets like you would like.
Yeah.
You don't buy them, but you get them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's a website. We also did Big Bang Theory.
You went and watched it?
Yep, it's
As
on
a-
episode taping.
How was that?
It's exhausting. It's cool.
It's long.
It's long. It took like 3 hours or
That's
2
it
hours
for one episode?
But they shoot each scene like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, of course.
And then there's a guy, like I call him the crowd fluffer
Yeah.
because it's a comedian that keeps the kind of
Yeah, that's
energy
pretty normal.
high.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah,
But it was cool. I mean, and then we saw Conan O'Brien.
Which is interesting because like they add a laugh track to it, even though
We
they're
are the
not.
laugh track.
Interesting.
And they tell you, like, do not try to make a fucking unique laugh to stand out. Like, laugh like a normal person, please.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
How was Conan O'Brien?
Awesome. It was weird because it was Adam Sandler and Dana White.
Adam Sandler had to be crazy
Yeah.
fun though.
It was
right?
cool. But Dana White was like, okay. And then they didn't have a music
Why?
artist.
You're not excited that there's going to be a UFC fight on the lawn of the fucking White House?
Yeah.
Speaking of monster truck shows,
That's the thing, yeah. It's like To me, monster truck's like innocent. You know?
Have you seen the movie Idiocracy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like when they do the whole thing, he's all beef supreme. I feel like they're like right there.
We're descending into
We're getting right. We're gonna have a UFC fight on the lawn. I'm like, all right,
It only cost $47.45.
yeah. But Conan would have been cool.
Yeah.
Man.
Conan is my favorite talk show.
Same. And it's one of those things where it's weird. Actually, I grew up like I didn't like Johnny. I liked Letterman.
Okay.
And then when Conan came, I was like, what is this?
He's awesome, man.
And the funny thing is I watched this whole thing where like they did a retrospective on how he was really way ahead of his time.
Yep.
And we're not understanding how great he was till now.
Yeah.
And as we look back, not only do we see how great he was, we see how generic everyone else is.
I
Yeah.
feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Jimmy Kimmel. Actually, I saw Jimmy Kimmel as well.
Wow.
That was fun.
You guys made a trip of it.
Dude, my aunt and uncle used to live down in Southern California. So we used to
Nice.
always try to like make trips to these things because
Yeah.
it's free. But I can't stand Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I don't know.
the most mayonnaise fucking
Yeah.
dude.
He's fine.
Now, is he talented? Yes.
Dude, his music
Yes.
abilities. Oh my god. So he did a cover.
his impersonation?
yes, of
Anybody.
Neil Young.
Yeah.
They did the Doors.
Dylan?
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, but
yeah, aside from that,
you know why? That's why he's the host of the Tonight Show, because he's safe.
that's it. Yeah.
Safe.
So I think
Conan wasn't safe.
no.
But that's why Conan's badass.
Yeah.
Like I love the stuff like Conan did with like the producer guy. Like that's the Jordan whatever's his fucking name.
Oh yes, yeah. Jordan Shalansky.
That dude and like
Shalansky.
I still to this day I'm like, is that guy doing a character?
I think he is.
He has to be.
I think it's like
But-
like a very how do you want to call it? A dramatized version of himself,
yes.
like a hyperbole.
Because here's the thing, Smiley's not here. And like people are like, is he doing that for the show? No.
No,
He's really that
No,
fucking
he's very-
weird.
he's cool.
But
but
he's-
we only interacted a little bit, but he's
Yeah.
awesome.
But he's weird in a good way. He's not like,
He's himself.
yeah.
Yeah.
And in traveling with him is interesting. It just is in a lot of different ways, and maybe that'll come out sometime. But like, so that Jordan Shalansky, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm always like, when he would go to his office would be just fucking thrashed.
Trashed. Yeah.
And Conan would like
Roast his ass.
roast his ass, but then he would go off on like this like monotone like explanation, while Conan would just be like,
I think there's many bits of like the Conan universe.
yes,
That I love.
I
so
love when he
much.
would like go through and talk to his employees, and he would just walk down the line and just throw everybody's shit off the top of their like cubicle
Yeah, that is chaotic in a fun way.
in a
but,
fun way.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you like his podcast?
I'll dip in here and there.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
Like I'll see somebody on there and
Yeah.
I'm like, poor Johnny. Like, do you like any of this stuff?
What do you consume?
Really, I don't know. I've been
Johnny's like, I'm just depressed, guys.
Yep.
I sit around writing depressed shit.
just a big bummer. No, I don't know. I've been reading a lot more books
Yeah.
over the last couple of years, and like I didn't have streaming like at all for like a year.
Do you feel good about that, or do you hated it?
It was nice. Like for a while, I just honestly just didn't think about it. For
I
a
found
while.
out that Jack White, at the age of 50, got his first cell phone.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah, that adds up.
And you know what? My coworker made a big thing out of it. And I said, well, let me tell you something. I said, Jack White is a person who doesn't have to have one because he has an assistant that has one.
Right.
So anything that needs to be sent to him could be sent to them, and they can convey it to. And they were like, well, I don't know about that because like he didn't get big until he was like 25, and I was like, which was in 2000 and what? I'm like, I guarantee he had an assistant pretty quick.
Yeah.
For sure.
That because like the record labels, like they're not gonna let you not be in communication.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not. But still, like to have that freedom, I guess would be. I don't know if it's freedom or not.
I always tell myself I want to get a flip phone.
Yeah. And I actually
Revert back to how it used
Yeah.
to be.
I had like one of those little keyboard phones until 2017 was actually when I got my first
BlackBerry?
smartphone. Nah.
Just like a
I mean,
standard-
basically,
Yeah.
it was just when BlackBerry type things were,
yeah.
still sort of around.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you literally can't even get that. It's either like
Apple,
the cheapest
Samsung,
possible.
yeah.
Like you can still get the flip phones, but then it's like you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
That's kind of that's what I like.
yeah.
I like the ability of just having a simple phone.
Right. I think.
How would you do your music? Just like,
Like how I did in high school, man. I had an MP3 player.
oh, really?
All that shit
Yeah.
was ripped from YouTube. And
How did you rip shit from YouTube in high school?
there's websites that
Yeah,
convert MP3.
right.
Yeah, so I just did that.
It's a thief, this guy. Man. Steal their album right
Yeah,
now.
go for it. I'll give you a copy.
Yeah.
Fucking with me.
You can gladly do that.
Do you? What do you guys think about that? Like, what do you think is the future of music? I mean, it's a tough one, right? But you guys,
Subscription based.
you guys are way younger than me.
Yeah.
So you guys live in a world where it's been this.
But
you know?
we've kind of grown up with a lot of this technology.
Yeah.
Because I remember having an ass load of CDs, and that was
Yeah.
my primary way of consuming.
Did you have the Visor CD thing?
Yeah, I had that. I had the book, like the
Yeah.
giant.
Oh, yeah.
like-
The notebook.
Yeah. I still try to collect CDs.
Johnny's
of
very
albums I
adamant
really
about
like.
that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why CDs though? Not vinyl.
Because it was the thing that I started. I already had the most of because
Oh.
I basically I just inherited like all my brother and dad's CDs.
You're like, Helmet, who's that?
Yeah. But yeah, I still try to make it a point to like CDs or albums I really connect with. I
Yeah.
will get them on CD. But honestly, there are a bunch of bands like not making CDs at all too. So
But
for
you always
those,
burn them.
yeah, and that's what I do. I'll do that, and I love album artwork. So I'll even just like print out a shitty thing of the album artwork from my
Wow.
home printer, put it on the thing, and be like, "This is the album."
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for vinyl, man. I just am.
I went through a vinyl phase,
Yeah.
and I think I'm going to get back into it a little bit, but
Yeah.
180 gram vinyl.
yeah.
Minute.
But yeah, I for the longest time
Kill the whales. I'm just kidding.
I refused to give into like Spotify.
Yeah.
For a while.
I don't do Spotify. I do Amazon Music.
Nice.
And everybody's like, well, that's just as bad. I'm like, I know. But
Yeah.
I already do Prime.
Well, I would buy my music and I would download it to my phone and
Yeah.
then just live like that. But then
Yeah.
I would get tired of being advertised to all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks too.
And so I was like, I'd rather not.
I'm currently still using Spotify basically just because it's the thing that I can still use
Well,
at work.
yeah.
But
Yeah, it's tough not to.
yeah, but as soon as honestly, I'm going to probably switch to Tidal pretty soon.
Yeah.
Which one's that one?
It's just
Jay-Z's
another.
stream.
Yeah.
But it's very high fidelity.
Okay, see, that's where I'm at.
And it's the one where it's like it's
Better
the highest
royalties?
royalties to artists.
Okay, then there you go. Then that's what then I'm doing that.
I think we're on title, aren't we?
Yeah.
See,
we're on
that-
Tidal.
see, that's
We're
what
on
I'm
like
gonna do.
all the random.
So
stuff.
have you ever? Okay, I've seen royalties. My friend was like, he got the envelope, and he's like, oh, here's. I don't know why he pulled it out. And he was like, check this out,
I can't imagine.
and it is not like as a musician, I probably wouldn't want you to see it.
Wasn't it like 0.3 of a cent
Oh, it's fucking awful.
per stream?
And I'm talking like a person that has a gold record and a platinum record and 3 gold records.
Wow.
Right.
And I'm sitting there looking through, and like it comes in a packet, and like one page is Spotify, one page is Pandora, one page is Apple Music, one page is Google, whatever the fuck. And you just look at it, and you're like, that many plays equals this $1,000, and it's not a lot. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, oh, I went to the concert and the t-shirt was $40. Yeah, because they fucking got to make some money,
Oh my god.
Right.
Yeah.
you know? Does it cost $40 to make a t-shirt? No, it costs like fucking $3, but they got to make money somehow.
Right.
And so when bands come through or a local band will come out, I'll buy your CD. I'll buy. I don't have a CD player that I could. I do, but I don't honestly know which. Probably Xbox or something. Yeah, that I played on. But I'm not. That's not the point. It's the point is the revenue.
Yeah.
And it's crippling. Like when you look at it, when you look through it, and you're like, especially growing up in the '80s, where like I'm like, oh wow, Van Halen, they're like driving around in a Ferrari, and you're like, wow, you know, like those days are gone.
Well,
man.
before
It's,
like
know,
you had an album with like 70% filler and a few hits.
yeah,
In order to hear the hits, you had to buy the whole album.
yeah.
Now you could just go straight to the hit and just
You-
stream it for $1 million.
You could buy a single on the B side.
Yeah, if you want
on a
but,
tape, you know.
But even then, like the hits were the volume movers for the albums.
Yeah, oh yeah. And a CD was like, when I was a kid, it was like 18 for a CD, $18, which was a lot. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it was.
No, that does sound like a lot.
Like now it'd be like 25, probably 27.
Yeah.
And I think like another thing to think about is like in basically since it's been a thing, like recorded music is sort of like it, and in recording musicians, again, if we're talking about, you know, just following money or whatever, it's like there's sort of a form of investment in a way for, you know, what has historically been labels and, you know, whoever's distributing that music. And that's, you know, highly dependent on what the medium is, you know, and now I think, you know, at the time when like CDs and, you know, just vinyls and just physical media was a thing, and sort of it like even before internet or whatever, there was like those certain avenues where it's like, okay, how do you find out about these artists? What are the channels we need to get these through?
Well, they would, you know, you'd have the machine of the label.
Yeah. And so like, the form of like how the people with money invested in artists looked different. And so that's why you had more seemingly in the pool.
And that's all still there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's like, but the level, like you have like, you know, most bands here, then you have like not a lot in the middle area, and then you have like the upper echelons of your like Billie Eilish and your like Taylor Swift's that are like just mega fucking insanely big, and there's very few. And the funny thing about that, when you get into rock, it's not only like it's very few new bands. It's like old, it's like Blink 182s. You know, it's like your like bands from the 80s that are still going. Some bands from the 90s, like Pearl Jam. You know, like those are like the ones that are at the top tier. So, and it's just like so weird. Like there's very few breakthrough to that upper echelon from like new.
So, and one thing that I think about too is just that like the concept of a rock star is like it's less than 100 years old.
Yeah. For sure.
And
well, I mean, it goes back to like Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly. You know, those were kind of like the first starts of it, where you were like, the people were like, you know,
and so it's like, I don't know. I think
Elvis was fucking,
you know, like because of that, we have, I don't know. I think like, I think a lot of people can take for granted like how arbitrary like the way that we compartmentalize music is.
Right.
Currently, and and so it is really interesting thinking about, you know, what is like the future of distribution or artists in general, because I think one thing that's interesting is also with recorded music. As a new artist, you are not only competing with everyone else who's just starting with you, you are competing with every single other piece of recorded music that exists that is at people's fingertips.
Which is insane.
And that's what people like don't understand is like when physical media was the only way, you're actually the only thing you're competing with is what else is readily available. But the problem is literally everything is readily available now. So you are competing with literally everything.
Well, not even that, but the barrier to entry is so much less.
Yeah.
We're a living example of that.
Yeah, and so anyone who wants to make and publish music can make and publish music.
Yeah, sure can.
We did it out of a bedroom, you know?
Right. And so that's also a double-edged sword, because it's like
the quantity is huge.
And at times I feel really overwhelmed by it, because to some extent I'm like, it feels like there's just too much information sometimes.
Yeah.
And and to be honest, like I know people who've done it. I've watched people try to like push to make it. And that almost fallacy, I'm going to say almost fallacy, because there's always a lottery winner.
Right.
Yeah.
But like the fallacy that like you're at the launch pad playing, and a guy walks in and goes, "Well, this is amazing," and goes, "You boys are great. Sign this contract."
Yeah, that just doesn't happen.
It just doesn't. And like, in watching people who try to make it, and like they go out and they like, in like what a lot of people I guess are unaware of. And this is not just music. This is, art, podcasting,
Anything creative.
creative. You have to have money to get into the machine, and like you have to hire publicists and you have to hire people that all of a sudden they like, and like they have to kind of look at you, and either they're going to take your money and then like give you some things to do, and then just they're just there to take your money, or they actually see and go, well, maybe this can be a thing. And then they're like, well, here's what you're going to need to do. And then they tell you, like, well, you need to do this many posts on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
This many things. And then they're going to try to, like, get you, into different things. But it's a whole machine that you have to, like, number one, want to do. Number two, have the money to do. Or borrow or whatever. And it's really fucking weird.
It definitely is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think like and that's one thing for me is like this record is like the first one I've kind of tried to look into, like, oh well, what could I do like as far as promotion and what is the digital landscape, and being able to,
and it's an overwhelming fucking thing,
and
right?
like and another factor of me just being like, I really I don't think I want to use Spotify as a consumer anymore, is trying to like do some of that stuff on the back end of like, oh, what are the tools available to promote stuff on this platform?
Well, let me tell you guys something, because you guys are musicians. You guys have music that's on there. If somebody listens to it, sure, it's not a lot of money, but you know what? It's money.
Yeah.
Do you know 35% of all people who listen to Spotify listen to podcasts? You know how much they pay podcasters? Zero.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Unless you're Joe Rogan
Oh my
and you have
God.
a deal, like you're Joe Rogan or one of those upper tier podcasts that has an actual deal with Spotify. So Spotify, 35% of the people listening to it, and they're like, we don't make money. Fuck you.
Yeah.
35% of the people listening to you are listening to free content. Unless they're listening
Totally.
to Rogan, and Rogan, you're paying him $100 million, and that's on you for fucking giving him that. But like, there's going to be a day where podcasters are going to finally go, you know what? Fuck Spotify. We're walking away, pulling all our stuff off there. You don't pay us, not even, we don't even get the fraction of a percent. We don't even get that at all. We just get like, good job, you get exposure. You're on our thing.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Of course not.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
And it fucked, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. 4 million podcasts in the world, and we don't get nothing. But whatever. But there's 4 million podcasts. You know what the average amount of episodes per podcast is? Take a guess.
100. One.
The average is?
It's 4 million.
Dang.
You take the average amount of episodes per podcast, it's one.
That's wild.
Because you know how many people start a podcast and then
Oh,
don't
yeah.
make it? Yeah. It's like a band. You start the band and it's fucking hard.
Well, that's another thing too.
It's hard to do.
It's saturation.
Yes.
You got to have your niche.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people to actually like find it and consume it and engage.
My niche is assholes.
Desert assholes.
Yeah.
No.
Just kidding. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. It's been amazing.
Thanks for having us.
Sorry that you had to come twice.
Oh, no worries.
That's fine.
And
I don't think anyone's ever complained about that.
all right. I was gonna take that joke as so, but you got it. You got that Friday. You guys have your album coming out next Friday, a week from tomorrow, which is Friday the 25th, right? 25th.
No.
Okay, so the album will be released, a week from tomorrow, which is the 18th. And then our release show is 2 weeks from today, so it's on a Thursday night at Sister. The 24th is the release show, and we want you to be there.
Oh, so then you know what? So my wrestling show is the 19th. I said that wrong. 19th. So.
Oh, okay.
Do you? What? What's happening?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Are you just reading the things?
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, go out to Duke City Championship Wrestling at the Block on the 19th in Rio Rancho. Junior Fatu is going to be there. His brother is in the WWE. His brother wrestled for us. And then Saturday, come out to the Box Theater for Almost AAA Cabaret. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Mark. And I look forward to the album. And Dymer, do you guys selling merch at your show?
Yep. We will have that merch. And
Dog
your
is so
dog is
pissed.
not happy about it.
Yeah, we're trying to expand beyond just t-shirts.
We got some tank tops.
patches,
That
man. You
look
gotta
pretty
get
sick.
patches, man.
I want to. Okay, so we have a song called "Catching Matches," and I would love to start making
matchbooks.
matchbooks.
Nice, do patches, man.
TBD.
I should look into that.
If a band does a patch, I'll always buy it.
Yeah, like
Oh,
there's little things.
okay.
I was also thinking, like James was thinking, like lighters, like little
Yeah.
big lighters, just like little things.
Yeah, patches are not expensive because, like, I guess companies have like these stitcher machines that
Yeah.
can just put the logo in and.
If we did a
Out.
patch that
I
looked
have-
like a super metal band logo, would you
Yeah.
get that?
Yeah.
I have
Right.
patch. So I bought patches for 10 drink minimum because I made jackets for me and Smiley, and I got 2 extra. And it's funny because like, they came out really, and they were not expensive.
Okay.
It was on Amazon. I just fucking went on there and just did it. But
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Koozies.
koozies are a good idea, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, so I mean, whatever,
We'll have something.
that's how you got to make money, right?
right. Yeah.
Gotta spend money, make money.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
With that, we are 10
Bye.
drink minimum.